सहस्रेषु कश्चित् जगति सिद्धः जगतामपि सिद्धानां कश्चित् एतिमां तत् Krishna consciousness is a science which is not for all. It is for all. It is very easy and sublime. But at the same time, the spell and strength of Maya is so strong that she does not allow to accept this very easy, at the same time sublime, spiritual process. Therefore, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that out of many hundreds of thousands and millions of people, somebody is interested in spiritual realization. Manusyanam sahasreshu. Out of many hundreds of thousands people, one is interested. This is not only in this age, but in the material world. That is the disease. Nobody is interested in spiritual realization. That is material disease. And Jatatāmapi siddhyanam, and amongst persons who are trying to get perfection in spiritual realization or have actually understood spiritual identity, out of them many, such, I am to say, elevated, wise men, somebody may know what is Krishna. But Krishna is so kind that he wants to make himself known to everyone. That is his mercy. Krishna is more anxious to accept us than we are anxious to accept Krishna. Therefore, Krishna comes in his person as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Sometimes he sends his representative, sometimes he sends his son, bona fide devotee, and sometimes he comes as a devotee himself to canvass. Please come to me. Please come to me. Krishna is so kind. So, in the Bhagavad Gita, we find that Krishna himself came and canvassed through Arjuna. Yes, sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam vai. My dear Arjuna, not only Arjuna, Arjuna is representative of the living entities, so he is appealing to all living entities, especially all human beings, anywhere and everywhere, that you just surrender unto me, come unto me, and then I shall get you relieved from all sinful reaction of your life. Aham tang sarva papebhyo mokshayasami. Now just see, Arjuna is Krishna's personal friend. He is always with Krishna. He is eternal associate. He is talking with Krishna. Just imagine his position. Still Krishna says, Aham tang sarva papebhyo, I shall get you relief from all sinful reaction. This means that a person like Arjuna, who can talk face to face with Krishna, is supposed to have sinful activities of life. Otherwise, why Krishna says, Aham tam sarva papebhyo, I shall get you relief from all sinful reactions. That means even Krishna, even Arjuna was subjected to sinful activities. This world is so made that if we do not want to be sinful, the circumstances is so made that we will be obliged to commit sins. It is such a place. Therefore, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that this place is padam padam jad vipadam. This material world is full of danger in every step. There is a very nice verse. Samasritang je padapallavam plavam. Mahat padam purna jaso murare. Bhavam buddhi vatsa padam parang padam. Padam padam jad vipadanga na tesha. It is very nice poetry. Srimad Bhagavatam, in every verse, there is poetic genius. Now you see in this verse, Vatsa padam, parang padam, padam padam, jad vipadana na tesha. Padam padam, you see. Anuprastha. What is called in English? The same word repeated.
Alliteration.
Yes. Let's see. Vatsa padam padam. Param padam, padam padam, vipadam, that is also padam. You see? Nicely made. So, the meaning of this verse is that bhavam buddhi. Bhavam buddhi means these material nescience, ocean of nescience. It is the ocean of ignorance, nescience. This is called bhavam buddhi. But one has to cross over this nescience, ocean of nescience. And how to cross over? Now, samasitam padapallavam, one who has taken shelter of the lotus feet as the boat for crossing over this ocean of nescience, for him, bhavam buddhi, this great ocean becomes vatsapadam. Vatsapadam means just you have no such experience in India, in village, during rainy season, the cows and the calf pass on the roads and there is impression and there is some water. That is called Vasapada. Water in the pot or in the hole impressed by the hoof of the cow and calves. That water, anyone, such hundreds of water spots one can cross very easily. Similarly, if anyone takes shelter of the boat, the lotus feet of Krishna, for him this great ocean of nescience becomes just like Boston. That means very easily one can cross. And this place, padam padam jad vipadam, this material world, where in every step there is danger, this place is not for them. For whom? One who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. But unfortunately, we take this ocean of nescience as very pleasant place. This is the spell of Maya, where there is danger in every step, but we are thinking that we are very happy, we are advancing in material civilization, and as far as we can imagine that we are very prosperous and everything. This is called Maya. He cannot appreciate that in every step there is danger in this material world. Take for example, just like I am coming from Boston here by aeroplane, it is very nice discovery. But as soon as you get on the aeroplane, every second there is danger, because there is no guarantee. There is no guarantee. Similarly, we make crossing over this street, there is danger. Recently, in Delhi, one of our god nephew, he was crushed by motor accident, completely crushed. He fell down and the motor car passed over him and all the bones were crushed. I received this later. So we should know that this place is not at all safe. At any moment there is danger. Padam padam jal vipadam. Therefore, in the Chanakya Pandit's version, it is said that if you want to have spiritual realization, then you should always think that death is coming and danger is coming immediately. That should be our attitude. And in the Bhagavad Gita, it is also said that those who are intelligent person, those who are making progress to become wiser, for them four things should be kept always in view. What is that? Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkho dosanu darsanam. We may think that we are very safe and we are making a good advancement in economic development, but there is no solution for these four problems as enunciated by Bhagavad Gita. Janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi. There is no solution for birth. There is so much attempt for birth control all over the world, but still in every minute or every second some percentage of population is increasing. Janma, mrityu. Similarly, there are so many attempts to discover scientific measures to stop death, but it is not possible. Death is taking place. Rather, in the present age, death is taking place earlier than in years ago. Formerly people were living say 100 years, 80 years, 90 years. And nowadays, a man is living at most 70 years, 60 years. If a man lives for 80 years, then he is considered to be very... But time will come as we get information from Srimad Bhagavatam that at the end of this age, Kali Yuga, if a man lives for 20 to 30 years, he will be considered as the grand old man. So practically, we are not making any progress. And materially, it is not possible to make any progress. That is called Maya, illusion. We are actually not making any progress, but we are thinking that we are making progress. This is called spell of Maya. But the real problem is that we should understand that this place is full of danger. And the Bhagavad Gita, it is certified, this place, dukkhalam asasatam. This place is full of misery and asasatam. Even if we accept, or let it be miserable, I don't mind, I shall remain here. People say, frankly, that you don't want any other world, we don't believe in heaven, or we don't believe in Vaikuntha. We want to make ourselves happy in this world, they say. But from authorities like Krishna or Bhagavad Gita, we understand that this place is meant for suffering. This is called dukkhalam asasata. Even if we agree to live in this miserable place, because everyone we want to live, nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to die. Suppose we are sitting here, and if there is some death signal, we shall at once flee away from this place if there is fire, because we do not want to die. That is a fact. So, but this place is certified by Krishna as dukkhalam asasatam. It is place of misery. At the same time, it is temporary. Temporary. As today I entered in your country, Canada, for the first time, and the time limit was given there by the immigration that you cannot live here or stay here more than this time. Similarly, even if I think, Canada is very nice place, Montreal is very nice place, let me stay here, the immigration department will not allow me to stay. Similarly, if you think that this material world is very nice, let me stay here, the higher authorities, there are higher authorities, just like there are authorities in the immigration department. Similarly, there are higher authorities in the management of these worldly affairs. Jamaraj, he will not allow you to stay. You have to change your body. Actually, a living entity is eternal. But the problem is that he is changing body. Just like either I may live at Canada or USA or India, I shall live somewhere. But nobody will allow me to stay. Except in my own country, nobody will allow me to stay for a long time. Similarly, this is not your place. This material world is foreign country for you. This material world. We belong to the spiritual world. We belong to the world where life is eternal, where life is blissful, and where there is no ignorance. Just like Krishna's body is described in the Brahma Samhita and other Vedic literature, that Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. Satchidananda Vigraha means his body is made of spiritual eternity, Sat, and Chit, full of knowledge and Ananda, and full of bliss. In the Vedanta Sutra also, it is stated about the Supreme Personality of Godhead or the Absolute Truth as Anandamaya Vyasa. By nature, he is full of bliss, the Absolute Truth, Absolute Person. You see the Krishna's picture, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavita. He is enjoying in blissfulness. This Radha and Krishna, this is enjoyment. But this enjoyment is not like here the young boys and young girls they enjoy. It is not like that. Because here the Ananda is temporary. It is not eternal. But that Ananda, Radha Krishna Pranay Vikiti, is eternal bliss. So, Krishna is canvassing everyone that you come to me. Here also you will have this eternal Ananda, eternal blissfulness. You are after loving affairs. But here in this material world, actually there is no love. It is only lust. And even if we accept that this is love, it will not exist. It will be finished. Therefore in Vedic literature we find that Ramante Yogina Anante. Those who are yogis, those who are transcendentalists, they also, every one of us is seeking after pleasure, Ananda. But the yogis, either this Jnana yogi, Dhyana yogi, or Karma yogi, or Bhakta yogi, there are different kinds of yogis. But the yogi means the person who wants to connect himself with the eternal happiness. That is called yogi. One who is not satisfied with this temporary material happiness. Just like Shankaracharya, he also says the Brahma Sattva Jagan Mithya. You are trying to derive pleasure from this material world, but it is false. He also says. If you want real pleasure, then Brahma Saukham. You have to seek pleasure in the Brahma. Similarly, we find in Srimad Bhagavatam, in the instruction of Rishabdev, he says, he is instructing his sons, Tapo Dibbama Putraka Jena Shuddheta Satya Jasmad Brahma Sukham Tanantam. He is advising his sons. His sons means everyone. He is advising. What is that? Na ayang deha deho bhajang niloki kastan kamana rahati vir bhujangaji. My dear sons, this human form of body is not meant for continuously hard labor simply for sex enjoyment. Simply for sex enjoyment. Because in this material world, the enjoyment, the highest enjoyment one can perceive, that is sex. Therefore in the material world, those who are materialists, they are trying to exact happiness simply by that sex life. You will find so many pictures, naked pictures, this picture, that picture. Why? Because they have no other information of happiness. That is the happiness. They have no other information. In many places, this sex enjoyment is deprecated. In another place it is stated, Janamaithanadi grihamedi sukham mitucham. The grihamedi, the so-called family men, they are working hard, so hard. Why? Because they have got that point of happiness, sex happiness. That's all. Another poet, he is singing a Vaishnava poem. Sitayatapa Bata Barishana Edina Jamini Jagire Bifale Sevino Kripana Durajana Chapala Sukhalava Lagire. Sitayatapa Bata Barishana. Now, those who are working, they have no consideration that there is snowfall or there is scorching heat. Sita atapa, bata, severe cold. And barishana means heavy torrents of rain. He has to go to the office and work. Sita atapa, bata, barishana, edina jamini jagire, night duty. These are severe type of laboring. And the poet says, Sita atapa bata varishana edina jamini jagire. Why? La bifale sevino kripana durajana chapala sukhala bolagire. For that momentary happiness, I am working so hard. So everywhere in the Vedic literature, this life, this materialistic way of life is condemned. Is condemned. So Rishabdev says that this life is meant for tapasya, tapa. Tapa divyanga putraka. My dear son, you also, if you think that this human form of life is meant for sex happiness and working day and night so hard, this life is not meant for that purpose. That is visible in the cats and dogs and hogs' life. They are also laboring the whole day and satisfied by sex life. So your life is not meant for that. Then what it is meant for? He says, tapaha. It is meant for tapasya, austerity, penance. We are taking so much pains also. Don't you think this material is there earning and they are making so improvement without any labor, without any tapasya? No, they are also laboring, they are undergoing and severe austerity. That's nice. But here it is said, tapa divyam. You have to undergo austerities and penance for God realization. Divyam. Tapo divyam putraka. Why? Why not this material world? Why God realization? It is very nicely stated that tapodibbam jena satya shuddhi. If you accept this tapasya or austerity for God realization, then your existential and position will be purified. At the present moment, due to my material conditional life, because I have got this material body, therefore my pleasure, I am hankering after pleasure, but whatever pleasure I am acquiring, that is not permanent or flickering or simply illusion. But that hankering after pleasure is your constitutional position, because you are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, who is Anandamaya Vyasa, who is by nature blissful, and you are part and parcel of that blissful Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, your nature is also blissful. That is a fact. But you are seeking pleasure or blissfulness in a place where it is not possible. Tapo dibbanga putraka jinas shuddheta satya, and by purification of your existential position, the result will be jasmad brahma sukkham. Brahma means the greatest. Greatest. Brihatya, Vrndavana iti. Brahma means the greatest, and who comes in contact with Brahma, he also becomes greatest. That is called Brahma. So, if you accept austerity in this life and don't behave like cats and dogs and hogs simply for sex pleasure, then the result will be that your existence will be purified, by which you will realize eternal happiness, anantam, which has no end, no beginning, no end. Actually it is so. So, this knowledge of Brahma Sakha is in so many ways, they are instructed in Vedic literature. We have got volumes and volumes of Vedic literature. First we have got the 4 Vedas, then we have got the Upanishads, then we have got Vedanta Sutra, then we have got Mahabharata, Ramayana, then Srimad Bhagavatam, so many. And one book, Srimad Bhagavatam, it contains 18,000 verses. Mahabharata contains hundreds of thousands verses. There are 18 Puranas and 108 Upanishads and Vedanta Sutra, immense literature for understanding what is Brahma Sukham. So these literatures are meant for the human society, not for the cat society, dog society. The great sages of India, especially Vyasdev, he labored so hard and delivered so valuable literatures to us. There is opportunity. It was the duty of India to distribute this knowledge all over the world. This immense treasure of knowledge. Unfortunately, and so far we have studied that persons who are great thinkers, they were expecting, they have still some respect for India's great treasure house of the spiritual knowledge. And unfortunately, there is no arrangement for distributing this spiritual knowledge all over the world. Anyway, we are just making our teeny effort for spreading Krishna consciousness. What is this Krishna consciousness? This Krishna consciousness is nothing. It's simply a drop in the ocean of these great literatures. Just like there is vast Atlantic Ocean in front of your country, and if you take one drop of Atlantic Ocean water and taste it, then you can understand at least what is the taste of this Atlantic Ocean. That is a fact. If you are intelligent enough, by tasting one drop of water of the Atlantic Ocean, you can understand that the taste of the Atlantic Ocean is salt. Similarly, this Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all Vedic literature. Just like milk is the essence of the blood. The milk is nothing, it is cow's blood transformed, just like mother's milk. The mother's milk, where from it comes? It comes from the blood, but transformed in such a way that it becomes nutritious to the child, tasteful to the child. Similarly, cow's milk also a most nutritious and valuable food. So it is compared that this Bhagavad Gita is the milk of the cow of Vedic literature. And the milkman is Krishna himself, and the drinker of the milk is we are. Arjuna, through Arjuna. These things are there. So, this Bhagavad Gita is the essence of the Atlantic Ocean of Vedic literature, and this Krishna consciousness movement means that we are presenting that taste of Bhagavad Gita to the world as it is, without any interpretation. Just like milk, if you get it directly from the milk bag of the cow and taste it, you will find very nice. But if you take it and adulterate with something, water, then it is not so tasteful. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita, if you understand as it is, then you can have the taste of the milk. But as there are many rascal commentators, I say straightly that those who comment on Bhagavad Gita according to their own whims, they are all rascals. Just like milk, if you adulterate with water, the taste is gone. And the man who adulterates milk with water, he is a rascal. He is condemned. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita, if you taste as it is, then you will relish what is that Vedic knowledge, what is that essence of Brahma. So come, you can understand. Many people in America, since I came here, they asked me to recommend an edition of Bhagavad Gita in English. There are so many editions of Bhagavad Gita in your country. Some of them are compiled by your countrymen, some of them compiled by Indians. But all of them different interpretation. But we should not accept Bhagavad Gita in different interpretation. We should accept Bhagavad Gita as it is. Then we can read. So, we shall very shortly present our Bhagavad Gita as it is. It has been taken by Messrs. Macmillan and Company to publish it. Most probably in the month of October it will be published. So I shall request you to read Bhagavad Gita as it is, without any interpretation. Just like I will give you some examples. The first verse of Bhagavad Gita is stated as follows. Dharma kshetri kurukshetri samavita vidussava mamaka pandavaschaiva khimaku udvata sanyaya. The first word is dharma kshetra. The second word is kurukshetra. Now the meaning is that Kurukshetra is a place which is considered as the holy place of pilgrimage. Now this Dharmakhetra, Kurukshetra is still present. Even in the modern day, if you go to India, it is about 100 miles from New Delhi. There is a place, Kurukshetra, and which is, according to Hindu rites, Vedic rites, that is a place of pilgrimage. Many people go there to this sacred place. And in the Vedic literature it is stated that Kurukshetre dharmam jajayat. If you want to perform religious rites, then you should perform at Kurukshetra. So Kurukshetra is a place of pilgrimage, that is a fact. But unfortunately, even a great man like Mahatma Gandhi, he comments that Kurukshetra means this body. Kurukshetra means this body. Now where from he got this meaning, Kurukshetra means this body, which is that big dictionary, I do not know. But he has interpreted in that way. Similarly, in Dr. Radha Krishna's book also, the translation is, Krishna says, Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyajimang namaskuru. My dear Arjuna, you just always think of me, you just become my devotee, you just offer your all obeisances unto me, and the result will be that you will come to me without any doubt. That means you will come to the spiritual planets. So, come to me. Krishna lives in Vaikuntha or Golok Vrndavana. These are Vedic literature's statements. So, or you go to Krishna. Krishna was there. Then what is meant by come to me? Undoubtedly. He was already there. Before Krishna, Arjuna was already there. What does it mean, come to me? That he has got his own place. That is also stated in the Bhagavad Madhyama Bhaktya Punarjanma Navidyate. Anyone who comes to my place, my abode, he never goes back. So in this way, if we accept Bhagavad Gita as it is, but this special verse, Manmana Bhavamad Bhakta, is interpreted by Dr. Radha Krishna. It is not up to Krishna that we have to surrender. Now see, Krishna says directly unto me, but he says it is not to Krishna. In this way, in different books, you will find different kind of interpretations. Why? The Bhagavad Gita is a very popular book, and if one has got some nonsense idea, he wants to put forward that nonsense idea through Bhagavad Gita. This is going on. But if you want to test Bhagavad Gita, then you should accept as it is. Then you will release and you will get the benefit. By reading of Bhagavad Gita, all the essence, knowledge, quintessence of all Vedic literature, if you want to test, just read Bhagavad Gita as it is and you will be benefited. So our Krishna consciousness movement means that we are presenting Bhagavad Gita as it is and in a practical way. Just like we are recommending the members of the society to chant Hare Krishna. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Satatam kirtantam mam jatantasya dhiraprata. Those who are Mahatmas, great souls, they are always engaged in glorifying me. Satatam. Satatam means always. And who is a Mahatma? We have got conception that Mahatma Gandhi, a great politician, he is called Mahatma. But in the Bhagavad Gita, the definition of Mahatma is different. In the Bhagavad Gita you find Mahatma nastumang partha bhaivi prakitimasrita. One who is Mahatma, he is not under the control of this material nature. He is under the protection of the spiritual nature. Devi Pragitimas. And what is the difference between a person under the spell of this material nature and one person under the protection of spiritual nature? That is also stated there. That Mahatmanastamang partha Devi Prakitimasrita bhajanti mam ananna manaso. The test whether a man is under the protection or under the punishment of this material nature or he is under the protection of spiritual nature is tested in this line. What is that? That Mahatma, who is under the protection of spiritual nature, his business is to render transcendental loving service to Krishna. Mahatmanastamang prartha devi pragiti masa bhajanti mam ananna manasu. Ananna manasu means without any deviation. He has no other business than to glorify Krishna, and that is specifically mentioned, satatam kirtantam mam jatantasya dhiraprata. These things are there. And the result is that ultimately if you become Krishna conscious fully, then you become transferred from this material world to the spiritual world. That is also stated in the 8th chapter, Lokita Jatanti Kalevaram. So, if one dies, it is not for simply Krishna conscious man. It is true for everyone that at the moment of his death, whatever he is thinking of, his next life is going to happen like that. So, if you practice this Krishna consciousness while you are strong enough, then naturally at the time of your death, when everything is oblivion, because at the time of death we do not know what is the condition of my health or my body. But therefore, if I practice, this is called Abhyasa Yoga. Abhyasa Yoga Juktena Chetasana Annagamina. If one practices this yoga process of Krishna consciousness, then Paramang Purusam he can attain, he can arrive the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Jadgatyana nivartanti tadhama paramam. If one goes to that place, he hasn't got to come back again to this miserable world. So, Krishna conscious movement is the greatest gift to the human society. Those who are fortunate enough, they will take advantage of it. It is not a fiction, it is not a bogus propaganda, but it is authorized of life. And out of many millions of perfected life, one can understand Krishna consciousness. So it is, in one side, it is very difficult to understand. But at the same time, it is very easy to prosecute this Krishna consciousness. And because it is very easy, because we are recommending that simply chant Hare Krishna, you will get the greatest perfection. They cannot believe it. If I would have prescribed some gymnastic process, and if I would have charged $50 for some secret mantra, then your countrymen would have followed. Because it is presented very simply, although it is very sublime, we don't get any followers. Anyway, whatever, there is a proverb in Bengal that it is better to keep the cow shed vacant than to have a troublesome cow. Cow, of course, in your country there is no system of cow keeping in India. At least every householder, at least in the villages, they have got a cow, and not one, but at least 1 dozen, half a dozen. So it is said that instead of keeping a troublesome cow who will not deliver any milk, it is better to keep the cow shed vacant. So we shall be satisfied followers. We are not after many followers, but we want that anyone who comes in contact in this movement may take this movement seriously, try to understand it with all scrutinization, and he will find it is very sublime and the best, simplest method for spiritual realization. Thank you. Any question?
Now, when we use the word natural, we usually refer to it as according to the laws of nature. But if a person is also natural, will he not come to Krishna consciousness? Or will he not pursue Krishna?
There are two kinds of natural sequences. Just like this water is liquid, this is natural. But this water becomes a solid also. It becomes ice. That is also natural. So, which one is actual natural? Liquid is actual natural. And to turn into ice, solid, that is temporary natural. So there are two kinds of natural. One kind of natural, just like we have got this body, this is also natural, but it is temporary natural. But we are eternal. And when you get our eternal existence, that is our real nature. Is that all right? So we are now in artificial nature. Bhutya praliyate. We are getting our body and finishing. So we have to transform from this nature to the other nature, the spiritual nature. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Mahatmanastamang prartha devi prakriti mata. Prakriti means nature. So those who are Mahatmas, great soul, they transfer themselves to the other nature, spiritual nature. So if you transfer yourself to the spiritual nature, that is your real nature. Now I am in the artificial or temporary nature, not artificial but temporary. I want to live eternal. I don't want death. But it is not possible because I have got this temporary nature. Uh, that I was explaining this. The jena suddheta satya. When your existential position will be purified, then you get your. And the whole process of chanting Hare Krishna is purifying process. Chetadattmanamarjana. It is all purifying process. Sarvapadi vinirmukta. Purification means now we have got so many designations. So when we shall be free from all designation and simply understand that I am servant of Krishna, that is my national. This is a very important question. It is clear?
Yeah, I was thinking in terms of spiritual nature being real nature. But,
Spiritual nature, I am actually spiritual nature, but I am now in material nature. So I have to revive my position in the spiritual nature.
when the person, by following his temporary nature, realizes that he can't find satisfaction, then necessarily he must turn to spiritual nature.
Yes, that dissatisfaction is always there. Just like if an animal or a living entity is put into the water, they have an expert swimmer he may be, it is struggle. In the water, that because that is not his natural position. The same man, if he is taken over the water, 1 inch over the water, he feels relief immediately. And if he is put into the land, then he is perfectly relieved. So therefore Lord Chaitanya offers his prayer to Krishna. Oi nanda tanuja patitam kinkaram mam visame bhavam budho. My dear Lord Krishna, I am your eternal servant. Somehow or other, I am now fallen in this ocean of nescience. Kripaya tava pada pankaja sthita dhuli sadisam vichinta. Kindly pick me up from this ocean of nescience and fix me as one of your dust of the lotus feet. So, that should be our prayer, that this Hare Krishna is also prayer. Hare means, oh the energy of the Lord, and Krishna means, oh the Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Please take me out of this ocean of nescience and fix me up in your eternal transcendental service. This is the prayer. So any other question? Anyway, you are maintaining this institution, thanks to you. Although the assembly is not as great as the hall, you are maintaining the time. So, our Indian brothers, they do not participate in this meeting. past 9, you can have some kirtan. No other question from anybody? This is newly partitioned?
It's not quite finished yet. It will be much nicer if it's going to paint frescoes on it. So it will be all decorated with elaborate frescoes.
Yes, sir.
The temple area used to be the front part.
Hmm?
The front part,
Yeah.
you see there used to be the temple area.
Then in this, the only difficulty is it is upstairs.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. Those who are interested to come, even upstairs they will come. Those who are not interested, even in the downstairs they will not come. Those who are after water, they will find out water. Where there is a will, there is a way. But those who are not thirsty for that, how many students are coming
Really?
in each
See.
meeting?
Sometimes only the initiated devotees are here, and sometimes you have 3 students, sometimes 6. Depends.
All right.
But I think now that Swamiji is here, we'll have many more people coming.
Some of the local people who are interested
You can send information that I have come. You can little make advertisement.
Sometimes we have, for example, Janmashtami, we had about 200 people here.
Anyway, that's nice. No, it can be utilized very nicely. The place is nice. So let us do our duty. It is, we have to satisfy Krishna. People may take advantage of it or not. So, chant Hare Krishna.